time of my life. I never felt this way before.
From building timelines to assigning the right people and even spotting risks across dozens of projects, Monday Sidekick knows your business, thinks ahead, and takes action. One click on the star and consider it done.
And I owe it all to you.
Try Monday Sidekick. AI you'll love to use on Monday.com.
Time. It's always vanishing. The commute, the errands, the work functions, the meetings, selling your car. Unless you sell your car with Carvana. Get a real offer in minutes. Get it picked up from your door. Get paid on the spot. So fast, you'll wonder what the catch is. There isn't one. We just respect you and your time. Oh, you're still here? Move along now. Enjoy your day. Sell your car today.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
Vic, I need to start this episode with a bit of a warning, which is that if you are eating, please hit pause and come back to this, because I need to share something that happened to me yesterday that I feel was a kind of leveling up in parenting. You know, I guess there's level 1 of parenting, child is born. Level 2 would be maybe the first time you wipe a bum. Level 3, maybe the first time you're thrown up on. Level 10, I think, is what I got to yesterday. How do I put this delicately? Enema, Vic. I had to do one on Sonny.
Why?
So he's refusing to use the bathroom at daycare. And the build-up of that has led to some sort of horrific constipation situation that we have tried to solve with drops. We've got prunes. We've got grapes. We're doing all the sort of generic things to soften the stool. And then we took him into a chemist yesterday. Or let's went to a doctor, and they were like, the only thing for it is an enema. So they give you a thing that's a little bit like a test
No,
tube.
they don't do it there. You give it to you to do it
That's
at
what
home.
I said. I was in the supermarket. Liz was like, we've got to do an enema. I was like, well, crack on, you know, like you're in the doctor's now, do it. No, you've got to do it at home. He had to be on his side. They give us a little test tube and whoop, into the bum, squeeze the test tube. Oof. And whatever the hell, I don't know what's in there, but it's in there, pop a nappy on him. And then about 10 minutes later, there's a sort of eruption.
Oh, no.
It was a moment, but we were laughing, looking at each other. Yeah. We're like, this is a real moment. Also, my other favourite moment about the day, which sadly I missed, if you are a child, you don't pay for these sort of things in chemists or doctors.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's in the chemist with him and she, you know, gets all the things she's meant to buy. The chemist asks her, she's with Sonny, is he under 16? I was like, he's wearing a nappy. He can't talk. He's 3. And she had to, with a straight face, but, oh, yes, he is under 16.
She wasn't talking about you, because you do look a bit like you're under 16.
I know. Imagine, this, I couldn't keep a straight face. What do you mean? This guy, the guy that's my knee height, yes, he's under 16. I wish I'd been there. Have you had to enema?
Well, I was going to say, do you know who solved all of my children's constipation issues?
It's a person. Okay, go on.
Buzz Lightyear.
Okay, I need more explaining than that.
Well, when George was little, he had the same problem, couldn't go for weeks. So we bought him a Buzz Lightyear and we put it on top of the bathroom cabinet
Put
so
it
he
up
could
his bum.
see it. No, not up his
Okay.
bum. The arm's just about the right size.
Okay.
And we put it
on
where
the
he
bed-
could
on the
see it,
cabinet.
and we said, if you go for a poo now, you can have it. And he did a poo straight away. He hadn't been for like 12 weeks or something. If anyone's struggling with constipation, he's the guy that can help you out.
Okay. I wish I'd spoken to you a week
Yeah,
ago.
there
It
you
would have
go.
saved me the whole enema
I know, yeah,
situation.
you could totally have avoided that.
That scarring thing that I'll never be able to wipe from my brain could have
Yeah.
been fixed with a frickin' toy.
Yeah, could have been fixed with a toy. You just got to lure them into a false sense of security so that they have to go. It's very easy, actually.
I thought that story, as well as being obviously a scarring and comical moment, also sort of played into today's theme. Because I think people do enemas to lose weight.
Okay, you're trying to do one of those kind of segues, aren't you? God, it's
Yeah, I think I'm right in saying that people do enemas to sort of flush themselves out and lose weight. And that's kind of what we're talking about today.
Yeah,
See
actually,
what I've done.
before my wedding, I went on one of those trips to Thailand where I went to one of those places where you don't eat for a week. Don't recommend it. I was eating like drinking juices every day and having 3 enemas a day. They found an old wristwatch up there, actually.
Got a tiny, tiny Buzz Lightyear up there.
No, but I did do that. It was quite an interesting experience.
Really?
But yeah.
Did he lose loads of weight?
Yeah, I did. I lost 5 kilos in the week before my wedding, and I put it on again that week, the second week
Well, of course.
afterwards. Yeah, it's completely
Starving.
stupid. Yeah, I was
Starving.
absolutely famished. You're looking good today, though, Hamish. Very fit and healthy. You've been on holiday, haven't you?
I have been on a kid-free holiday,
Yeah.
which feels insane to say. I had to keep redirecting any compliments I was given about like making the effort to go to Colombia for a wedding. I was like, stop thanking me. I'm on holiday. Liz is at home with 2 kids. She gets the credit.
Yeah, she does. She definitely gets the credit. It's funny though, isn't it? Like talking about weight loss and stuff. I even nowadays feel a bit weird about saying to someone, you look nice, or I like that you've changed your hair, or even just commenting on anyone's appearance at all. I find it a bit shallow and actually kind of a bit old fashioned. I think these days I'm more interested in what's going on inside a person rather than what they look like outside. Luckily for you, I will say.
Thanks very much. I'm gorgeous on the inside, but I just have to battle my way through my exterior experience. I guess. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, I do feel fit-ish and healthy-ish. I mean, my nose is peeling from sunburn, but yeah, commenting on people's appearance feels a bit outdated. It is kind of an impossible situation, though. If someone has lost lots of weight and they feel very proud about losing weight, I feel like I want to compliment them on it, but is that sending the wrong message?
Yeah,
you know?
I totally agree.
Like, you look well rather than you look healthy. Everyone knows what you mean. Like, you've lost weight and you look good.
Yeah.
But you have to say well and you have to say healthy and you have to say your skin is glowing, not like you've lost 23 kilos, you know?
Yeah.
It's a tricky one to navigate. To be honest, I don't really care if someone's got shiny hair or perfect skin. I'd rather know if they're happy. But if you tell someone who's lost 23 kilos that they look happy, again, they'll be like, I've been at the gym every day and haven't eaten for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth.
Oh, it's such a difficult one, isn't it? Like, I even hate it when someone says you look tired. It makes me want to punch them in the throat, especially because I'm always tired. But actually, it's just because I'm looking older, so I just look tired all the time. So if I haven't seen someone for a while and they say, oh, you look tired, I'm like, no, I've just got older since I last saw you.
Yeah. I'm not tired.
Yeah.
This is just the way I look.
It's just me now. Accept it. Yeah, it's a minefield. I think we're living in a world where we're striving for perfection, and it can lead to some drastic measures. Overweight people specifically often think like it's a never-ending battle of the bulge, an endless cycle of dieting. I know I feel like that. Exercise and striving to look better, or look how people in the media look, a false image of perfection. And as we all know, one of the newer ways to achieve weight goals is this so-called wonder drug that is supposed to be for diabetes, Ozempic.
I've been so fascinated by this whole topic.
Yeah.
When did this become a thing? Maybe 12 months ago?
Yeah, it's just
18 months
become
ago?
massive, hasn't it? Like to the point where
Huge.
I know loads of people that are on it, like loads of people.
Because I've got 2 friends that I'm pretty sure are on it, but I am nowhere near brave enough to ask them if they're on it. Have you asked them?
I've said to people, you've lost weight, and they've admitted it then when I've said that. I haven't actually said to them, are you on Ozempic?
Okay, so here's the line I've been given. We went to Bali and we got this kind of viral infection and just the weight has been dropping off us. We've been trying to keep it on. I'm like, Ozempic is what I'm thinking. What I'm saying is, gosh, what a wonderful stroke of luck.
Okay, so
it's fantastic.
Well, there's something in that right there, Hamish. What you're saying is that people are lying about it because of what we're going to talk about today is that even deep down, they're even questioning that perhaps it's wrong right there, aren't they? Because if you're not being honest about it, why? Why aren't you being honest about it? Because it feels like a cheat, because it feels like an easy way out, which perhaps it is. And that could be part of the risk, couldn't it?
That's true. There is some shame seemingly attached to it.
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you the basics of Ozempic. Ozempic is the brand name for, I'm going to get this wrong, semaglutide.
Good.
Is that right?
Yeah, I reckon.
You're complimenting me as if you know that that's right.
No, it sounds good though.
Let's go with semaglutide, a medication developed for people with type 2 diabetes. It works by helping the body release more insulin and lowering the body. It's mainly for your bum bum.
Oh, okay.
It works by helping the bum bum release more insulin and lowering blood sugar.
Insulin?
But the head... Are you going to do this every time I fuck up?
Yeah.
This is going to be a 4-hour episode.
It's insulin in the body.
Insulin. But the headline grabbing part is somewhere along the way, people realised it could cause weight loss. That's when it jumped from diabetes treatment to red carpet miracle drug.
Today, it's not just celebrities quietly injecting it into... Oh, my neighbour, can you hear in the background? Can you hear the banging? It's putting me off talking.
No, I can't.
It's all day, every day. This guy just puts on rock music and gets a hammer out and bangs against wood. Like, I feel like I should go out and shout at him. Wait a second. Oi! Oi! Yes. We've been really patient, mate. Yeah. Yeah, he's just walked away. He's not listening to me.
God, I can feel my skin crawling at that whole confrontation.
Literally every day, even on Sunday, all day Sunday, he's just there banging away. He doesn't give a shit.
What's he building?
He's building like a massive pool deck around his pool, like this huge monstrosity. It's awful. And he's awful. And in the morning, not only that, I have to listen to him hoiking up a few goobies that he obviously spits into the sink. So it starts from the moment he wakes up to the moment that it's dusk, really, him banging away and spitting.
I'm so glad I'm doing a house swap with you in a few weeks. I've got this all to look forward to.
Yeah, you are. Today, it's not just celebrities quietly injecting it to squeeze into their Met Gala outfits. Everyday people are on it too. And now the latest twist, some studies suggest it might help reduce cravings for alcohol and even nicotine.
So basically, it started out as a diabetes drug, and now it's turned into a cure for all modern insecurities. Don't want to be fat, don't want to drink, don't want to smoke, just jab yourself in the arse, and bish bash bosh, sorted.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why some people are whispering, could this be the future of sobriety? But before we all start queuing at Boots for a subscription, we need to take a look at the science and the health implications. Also note that doctors don't prescribe it for alcohol here in Australia just yet. So before that happens, we want to understand the risks.
Oh, this is a juicy episode. I'm into it. So I feel like we're investigative journalists today, Vic, which has always been a dream for both of us. We're cracking this case. We're going to follow a paper trail. We're going to grill the witnesses and then shine a torch into the murky underbelly of booze and quick fixes. It's Van Stone and Adams Cairns exposing society's truths, one elderflower cordial at a time.
Oh yeah, I love that.
It was cool until the elderflower cordial, wasn't it?
I like that we're investigative journalists, Hamish. I'm more like a page 3 girl in a newspaper than a journo anyway.
And I'm sort of a really nerdy cricket columnist.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's put our pretend successful careers aside for a second and let's dig into this theory about booze and Ozempic. So, Vic, how does it work?
So here's the science bit, and I'll try and keep it in plain English. Ozempic is a GLP-1 receptor agonist, which means it mimics a hormone in your gut naturally that you make after you eat. That hormone tells your brain you're full and stop eating now. But GLP-1 receptors aren't just in your stomach, they're also in your brain, especially in the reward pathways that process dopamine. Here we go. And dopamine is the chemical behind every craving and addiction. It's the, ooh, yes, more of that, please, messenger. When you eat a food that you want or drink alcohol, your brain gets a huge dopamine surge. That's why the first taste or sip feels euphoric. Over time, though, your brain adjusts and you need more to get the same buzz. A classic example of tolerance.
Okay, so am I right in thinking that Ozempic dampens that dopamine response? So whatever you're wanting doesn't feel as rewarding.
Yep, that's right. It's not like you suddenly hate the taste or just the rush you get from a glass of wine or a pint is blunted. And if your brain doesn't get the fireworks, it stops asking for them. You're basically deadening the feeling of want.
So in other words, Ozempic sort of tells your brain, calm down, mate, it's just a pint, not the second coming of Christ.
Yeah, that is exactly right. And that's why some people suddenly find their cravings, be it for food or booze, drop off a cliff. But it's a big but. We don't yet know how long that effect lasts or whether it works the same for everyone. It's so alluring, isn't it, Hamish? Would it stop you wanting everything? That's my question. Even sex, perhaps?
Well, I never get that, so not a problem.
It's not something,
not a problem
not
for
something
me.
I want. So who's taking it?
So at first it was just people with diabetes who needed help managing blood sugar. Then the weight loss industry pounced. In the US, prescriptions for Ozempic and its cousin Wegovy have skyrocketed. In fact, supply shortages have been a real issue because celebrities and wellness influencers are snapping it up.
And now the recovery community is curious. A few early studies, mostly on animals, but some small human trials too, show reduced alcohol intake. One 2022 study in monkeys showed that they drank 60% less booze on semaglutide. Another trial in humans hinted at fewer cravings and fewer heavy drinking days. But we're talking small sample sizes, short timelines, and no long-term data quite yet.
So the translation of that is monkeys are sober now and rich Hollywood stars are thin, but whether it's actually the miracle cure for the rest of us is still a mystery.
And here's another side. Loads of people who aren't diabetic or obese are taking it off-label, meaning not officially prescribed for that purpose. That's where things get murky because doctors don't yet know what happens when perfectly healthy people use it for years on end. So what are the risks that we do know?
Well, before that, Vic, I want to know if I gave it to you now and I said, take this and you will drop that 10 kilos you've been desperate to budge for the last 10 years in 6 weeks, say, would you take it?
I'm on the cusp of having diabetes, right? I had gestational diabetes with each child, which generally means you can go on to have type 2 diabetes as you get older. So I did go into the doctor and say, look, can I go on Ozempic? You know, it would help me if I lost some weight. Usually you're more likely to get diabetes if you're more overweight. And I thought, well, maybe this is good because it will treat my diabetes and it will also make me lose weight, which I'm always going to be a fan of, like because of the pressures of society. But the doctor was really good, actually. And she said, you're not quite in the range of me prescribing a drug to you for your diabetes. You can actually control it with diet and exercise. And also she said you'd go from being on 0 drugs to being on 3 drugs. You'd be on the Ozempic, you'd be on something for nausea, which is what they prescribe at the same time. And there was something else, I can't quite remember what it was, but it was like me saying, going in there as a perfectly healthy human being and then coming out of there with 3 different drugs to take every single day. And when I thought of that, I was like, actually, that seems like a silly thing to do. I can control this with diet, exercise. And also when I do go too thin, Hamish, I look like a pea on a fork. I've got a really big head, so I look out of balance.
What drugs can you take to shrink my head?
Yeah, that's what I need. And then,
I need to lose about 5 kilos above the neck.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking to do.
Yeah. And also there's another thing that I've noticed with people that are on Ozempic is that there's nothing wrong with falling in love with yourself, but I think there is something wrong with falling in love with yourself a little bit too much. I'm not sure that's healthy because, of course, you do look good on the outside and it could trick people to be thinking that you feel good on the inside too. And I'm not sure that's always the case.
Other than, I guess, not wanting to become self-obsessed with your body and not wanting to go from 0 drugs to 3, were there any other reasons that sort of jumped out when you really slept on it and thought, why do I actually not want to take a miracle drug that seemingly solves my problem?
Well, first of all, John, he would never, and I know it sounds ridiculous because I am in control of my actions, but he was like, why would you do that? Like, your body's amazing. I love you the way you are. And I guess his opinion matters to me because I'm married to him. So that was the first thing. I'm scared of putting anything into my body that I don't really know what it is. Same as Botox. I've never done that either because I'm really not sure what is in that or how long it will last and what I'll look like afterwards, which is funny because I did used to snort coke off a bog lid.
Yeah. Things have changed. Things have changed.
It does seem quite hypocritical, doesn't it? I don't get the satisfaction of doing the work myself, which we're going to talk about in a minute. It's a bit inauthentic and too easy, and it means I'm putting the way I look before my health. It's not long been around too, and we don't really know the side effects, but that's not to say I find it tempting. I do. It does seem like an easy fix, but I think I'd rather feel proud that I lost the weight through hard work and enjoyed the exercise. Also, it's suppressing the appetite thing. Is that even good for you? I don't know. I think I don't have enough information to take it. You're probably not getting much nutrition either if you're not eating that much. It can't be good for the old bones, Hamish. I know you're no porker, but would you be tempted if a doctor said your weight was getting dangerous or you were risking diabetes?
Yeah, 100% I'd be tempted. Fundamentally, we are lazy creatures. We like shortcuts. We like life hacks. Life hack Instagram posts do pretty well, I reckon. We like the idea of being able to do something in a short period of time with minimal effort. Funny enough, when I worked in a gym, I can remember them saying to me, if everyone that came in, we could just give like a shortcut, like take this pill and you will leave ripped, everyone would take the pill. And no one wants to be in a gym 5 hours a week. If there's a shortcut to getting fit, they want the shortcut.
You open the fridge, there's nothing there. So what's it gonna be? Greasy pizza? Sad drive-through burgers? Dish by Blue Apron is for nights like that. These are the pre-made meals of your dreams. At least 20 grams of protein, no artificial flavors or colors, no chopping, no cleanup, no guilt. Keep the flavor. Ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Monday Sidekick, the AI agent that knows you and your business, thinks ahead and takes action. Ask it anything. Seriously. Monday Sidekick, AI you'll love to use. Start a free trial today on monday.com.
So I think I would be tempted, and I think I could convince myself that it's the right thing to do. I think I would sleep easy having convinced myself it's a fundamentally good thing to do.
Yeah, I think that, and I think that's the problem with it, is that we as humans are lured in by shortcuts without really thinking about the repercussions first. And I think that is exactly where the danger lies. That I think that you've hit the nail on the head. Even someone like you, you're quite level-headed, and then somebody's going, "Oh, mate, yeah, here you go, try this." It's like, "Oh, right then, that seems like a good idea." And things that are a good idea in the moment doesn't mean to say that they're a good idea long term.
What you often do in that situation, and I think people do it with drinking as well, is then you basically enter like an echo chamber of people that agree with you.
Yeah.
So you only consume content that's like Ozempic is good.
Yes.
Ozempic is good. Or like moderation is healthy. And then you get like reinforced by constantly hearing that. And you don't read that article by Johan Hari saying it's not good. Or you don't listen to that podcast going like, maybe moderation is leading to over drinking. And then you're just like, yep, I'm right. And I'm not going to listen to anyone else's opinion.
It would be interesting to see if people do start having sort of downfalls from it in the next 20, 30 years. I don't think we'll probably know until then. Same with, anything else that you put into your body that's probably not supposed to be there. So what are the downsides, Hamish?
Yes. Okay. So I've got a list of some side effects here. So the common ones are nausea, vomiting, constipation, very prevalent in my house at the moment, diarrhea. The less common but the serious ones would be pancreatitis, kidney issues, gallbladder problems. Some studies even suggest possible links to thyroid cancer, although that's not been proven in humans yet. It's probably, I don't know, monkeys or something else.
Yeah, then there's the unknowns. These drugs are still relatively new. We don't know what happens if you're on them for a decade, for example. We don't know what happens when you stop. People report regaining all the weight and the cravings once they're off it. So it's not a permanent fix, that's for sure. It's a stay on it forever or backslide situation.
And crucially, using Ozempic to avoid alcohol cravings isn't the same as sobriety. It's chemically managing your brain to stop wanting something. So if you never learn the coping strategies, the sitting with the discomfort, the emotional regulation, the figuring out why you drank in the first place, all the things that we talk about all the time on the podcast, then the problems don't really go away. They're just sort of silenced for a bit. It's like hiding your hangover with sunglasses. You might look less rough, but your brain's still leaking out of your ears.
Yeah, I know that feeling well, Hamish. Here's the tricky part. It is tempting, of course. Who wouldn't want a jab that makes cravings disappear? But sobriety isn't just about not drinking, as you all know. It's about becoming someone who doesn't need to. It's about authenticity, connection, building resilience, and lots of therapy. Also, as far as I can tell, people don't always actually look better on it. They seem to look emaciated, kind of gaunt even. I think it's called Ozempic face, isn't it, Hamish? Have you seen it? It's kind of sucked in cheeks and spindly legs. I'm not sure that's healthy. Are you?
No, I've also never heard the term Ozempic face.
Oh yeah, Google it. Google it.
I don't know if I wanted to
yeah.
find me. There's also early evidence of nutrient gaps. So a study published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that users of GLP-1 medications like Ozempic may lack vital nutrients, putting their long-term health at risk. If your body is low on protein, B vitamins, calcium, iron, or vitamin D, it can impact energy, bone health, hair, skin, nails, and your overall recovery.
Right, I thought that would be the case. Interesting, isn't it? You can't just heal drinking. I think it's a long-term process. But when it comes to sobriety and using Ozempic for cravings, I think it would probably be a good idea to define what that means for you. For example, let's take a moment to define our sobrieties, Hamish. How would you describe the journey in 5 words?
A reinforcing, rewarding, confidence-building journey.
Oh yeah,
I know it's not good to use the word journey in the definition of journey, but I'm going to that.
For me, I put it into a sentence, unlike you, which was looking within to find yourself. Now, I would never have known that 8 years ago when I started giving up drinking, that's what it was. I thought it was you drink or you don't drink, and it's all about booze. But recovery and sobriety is about looking within to find yourself. I wonder if these words correlate with taking a different drug to heal the first one. Do you know what I mean? That the question people need to ask themselves is it better to push through the problems and learn on the way, the ups and downs that come along with it too? Isn't the struggle what makes us human?
It's a good question, isn't it? But we know what we are like. I reckon there'll be people listening that will go, okay, well, I'll take Ozempic to get sober. And then once I'm sober, I'll get off Ozempic and then I'll do the work. And sadly, I don't know if it works like that. You know, if you lean on a drug to get you through, are you really learning those lessons at your core? Maybe for some people, they see it as a bridge. It gives them that head start. But for others, it might become another crutch, another way of outsourcing the work instead of doing it, and another habit that you might have to kick.
Yeah, totally agree. Ozempic doesn't cure trauma, does it? It doesn't cure mental health problems. It doesn't cure sadness or depression. It doesn't cure those things. And they are what will stop you drinking, not a drug. I think that's the kicker.
But what I always say is like, why do we fundamentally drink or take drugs? And I think what it really boils down to is we want to feel different.
Yeah.
We're not satisfied with the way they're feeling. We want to feel higher or mute out any feelings that we're not happy with.
Yeah.
Ozempic is not going to fix that. There's deeper work that needs to be done.
Yeah, I think sobriety is about facing yourself honestly, sitting with cravings and learning that they pass, building a toolkit that actually makes life manageable, not just numbing or suppressing the urge. But this is easy for us to say, I guess.
Yes, of course, not everyone is us, and not everybody can just quit and simply push through.
I think, Haim, that we need to have a chat about the alcohol spectrum here. We need to put ourselves in the shoes, not of grey area drinkers or binge drinkers, and have a think about someone who is more extreme. Someone who might be in and out of hospital or in rehab, fighting for their life when it comes to booze or food, in fact. A daily drinker, an addict, a person that can't see beyond that day or beyond the next drink. This is where I think a drug like this could help.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if it's a matter of life and death, then I guess I agree. You do what it takes to get healthy. But I would also say every quick fix humans have ever invented has ended up biting us in the arse eventually. Smoking, for example, was once prescribed for asthma. Cocaine was in Coca-Cola. Maybe in 20 years' time, we'll find out that Ozempic gives everyone webbed toes. I mean, it's a bit of a long shot, but maybe.
Yeah. Actually, I've already got that problem. My granddad, William, had webbed toes. He wasn't a great swimmer, as it happens. This is a good interlude, Hamish. Ever known a member of your family or anyone you know with an interesting body part or weird bodily party trick, Hamish?
I've got a really unique belly button. I've never seen anyone with the same belly button as me, so I'm quite proud of that. Liz has got 2 different coloured eyes. It's quite unique, but not crazy. I mean, you've got your stump. So I would probably reference you as a friend of mine that's got a weird body thing.
I feel quite proud of myself that I would be represented as your friend.
You feature in my list of freak friends. Yeah, you can take pride from that if you want.
I knew a girl with one boob bigger than the other. I knew someone with a third nipple, a guy that can cry milk. I think I told you about my friend that can smell women's tears and that it makes him sick. Hello, Giles. Someone that can lick their own elbow, which is quite incredible.
Yeah,
I had a mate at school that had a double row of eyelashes, which was weird. And my daughter Nell had shark teeth at one point, which is when your new teeth come out before the other one has fallen out. It was quite incredible.
The fact that you've got, what's that, maybe 5 or 6 different friends and family members with really freakish tricks.
Yeah, I've got them all on speed dial, Hamish. They're all like my closest friends.
Do we still have freak shows? A freak shows thing? Or they've been
not
cancelled?
a thing.
Is the word freak not okay?
The word freak is not okay nowadays, I would say.
Quirk shows. What do we call those shows?
I don't know.
Well, those shows just not exist.
Wait, let me chat GPT it. The term freak show is now outdated. You could say a curiosity show, an oddities exhibition, a spectacle of the unusual, or extraordinary life showcases.
Yeah, I'm not buying tickets to any of those. Whereas a freak show, I might buy a ticket to a freak show.
Yeah, I'm not sure my old friends from school that I'm talking about now would appreciate being called circus freaks, but it might come across as quite offensive.
It's like OnlyFans.
It is, yeah. It's sort of a weird version of OnlyFans. I think it could work, actually. Okay, anyway, we're a bit off track there. I think Ozempic might sound like a good idea and it might turn out to be a bad idea. I think if the evidence eventually proves it's safe and effective, well, bloody brilliant. But for now, the safest bet would be the old-fashioned way. Do the work.
Yes, let the cravings rise and fall, play the tape forward, learn who you are without anything else in your body. Our message on Sober Awkward is to try and raw dog your sobriety without any of those shortcuts, if it is safe to do. It might sound harsh and not for everyone, but trying to live life without any tweaks or tucks or cheats will be more peaceful and definitely more healthy if you can do it. Is it time for your Academy Award level speech?
Oh, yeah. How did you know that I was going to go into something?
You've prompted me to say it, and I feel like you've written something TED Talk worthy here.
Yeah, I've written an annoying, smug message to the women of the world. I think from the minute we're old enough to absorb media, us women are told to be good enough, pretty enough, and thin enough for the world. We're told to shrink, smooth, filter, and fit into a glossy one-size-fits-nobody box. The pressure is constant, insidious, and exhausting. But here's the truth. Unless you're living with obesity, severe alcoholism, or have been prescribed something by your doctor to literally save your life, maybe it's worth pausing before chasing another quick fix, because there's power in doing the work, in learning to sit with cravings, in celebrating your body exactly as it is, soft bits, wobbly bits, all of it. I was tempted. I will admit it. Of course I was. But I've made a choice. I choose authenticity over putting hope into a drug. I choose cuddly over curated. And every time I ride out a craving and watch it fade, I get stronger as a person. I build pride that no pill can ever give me. That's what real empowerment looks like. It's not a filter. It's not a fad. It's not a number on a scale. It's knowing that the hardest path, the one where you show up as you, raw and real, is also the one that makes you unshakable. That's not just hardcore, Hamish. That's revolutionary, if I do say so myself. Can you stand up and clap now, please?
That was actually really good.
It took me a while.
I sometimes forget that you are a really talented writer.
No, there was no ChatGPT involved in that. I was trying to be passionate about the cause. And I think that is how I feel. But I'm not going to say I found that easy to write because, as I said at the start, I was very, very tempted. I thought, well, maybe I'll just take it for 6 weeks and then I'll go on our, the Sober Awkward retreat in October and everyone will see how thin I am. And then even that thought, I was like, what is wrong with me? As if people thinking I'm thin is going to make them think that I'm a better person. It's taken me a while to understand what John thinks. And that often, this is another one of those episodes where we should have just asked John, shouldn't we?
Every episode. Just ask John. There's less waffle. Just give us the fucking answers, John.
John, give us the fucking answers. He knows the answer. He's like, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that? You're lovely the way you are. That's it. That's what we're trying to say to everybody out there. Of course, unless you've got diabetes or you're obese or you're really, really struggling with your alcohol intake, that's when things change a little bit. But yeah, I don't know about men, Hamish. What do you reckon?
It's a conflicting topic even for you and I, who are, not taking it and don't particularly want to take it. And it is a very divisive topic. And we're certainly not saying if you take it, you're a baddie. But we sort of hope that you can find sobriety without having to take drugs. I guess that's the hope for anyone trying to get sober, that we can do this as naturally, because we hope that if you can do it naturally, it's going to be longer standing and it's going to get to the root of the issue. But it's a tricky topic, like weight is a tricky topic.
I put it out there to our cuppa members and, I was going to read them all out, but they were basically saying the same things as us. They were saying it depends where you are on the alcohol scale. Some people were like, I've struggled for so long that I think I'm going to try it. I'm bored of the struggle. Other people saying that they were just going to take it for a short period of time. It's not prescribed for alcohol, as I said earlier on the program. So I don't know how people will get their hands on it, but I'm sure there are some underhand ways of getting your hands on any sort of drug. Of course there are. But it was the same confliction, if that's a word, that people were feeling when I put a post on Cuppa about it. People were not sure how they felt about it, but definitely agreed that doing the work in sobriety is what makes it so brilliant and what builds your confidence. Because where's the confidence in just taking a drug to sort out a problem? There's no self-development in that.
Yeah, I also feel quite strongly about this because I feel like the magazines and Hollywood and the media tell women what is beautiful. What they're sort of saying within that, I feel, is that this is what men are attracted to. And from the bloke's perspective, I kind of feel like men don't always want, and I'm obviously stereotyping here, men don't always want what the media think we want from women. Like, we're not all out here dreaming of a 6-foot blonde with abs carved out of marble. What most of us really want is someone who's happy and proud of themselves and strong and kind and fun and silly in the best possible way. Someone who makes life lighter just by being in yours. Like, we fall for humour and for personality, for that feeling you get when someone makes you laugh until your sides ache. That's the stuff that sticks, not the size of your jeans or having big lips or a big bum. Don't get me wrong, I married a really beautiful blonde bombshell, but the thing that kept me there wasn't her hair, right? It was how fun she was. It was a sense of humour. It's the fact that she always is smiling. I always say that when people are like boobs or bum, I'm always like, smiles. Smiles is what I'm into way more than boobs or bums. And here's the point. If we start tinkering with our brains and bodies through shortcuts like Ozempic, if we dampen down cravings with a drug instead of learning to live with them, aren't we risking missing out on the messy, natural highs?
Yeah.
The real joy comes from being fully present, sober, authentic, loving and being loved exactly the way that you are. shark teeth, extra nipples, and milk tears, and all of that mixed into one.
We're embracing our freakish ways, Hamish. I think that's what it is, isn't it? I am definitely going to take a stand. I don't want to be somebody that relies on a drug, any drug, no matter what that is, whether it's booze or weed or, smoking or Ozempic. I want to live life just being me, who I am naturally. And I'm not saying that's right for everybody else, but that is certainly right for me.
Very nicely tied back together. I have 3 more enema tubes, so I might use one of Sunny's on myself for a laugh.
Yeah, or just go out and buy a Buzz Lightyear. It's much easier, Hamish.
Yeah, that's my afternoon, basically. I'll be sitting on the loo with an enema tube in my bum, wanting the Buzz Lightyear toy that's just out of reach.
I was just thinking about it, actually. Have you ever seen an inverted labia?
No.
All right, turn your camera.
Is that another thing I need to Google?
Yeah, no, just turn your camera on.
Oh, no. We're not there. It's not that kind of podcast. Also, this is an audio only podcast. There's no benefit for the listener from me seeing your inverted labia on camera.
Yeah, go to my OnlyFans for that one.
Horrible.
Thanks for listening on that note. Ta-ra. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the...
If you're a custodial supervisor at a local high school, you know that cleanliness is key. And that the best place to get cleaning supplies is from Grainger. Grainger helps you stay fully stocked on the products you trust, from paper towels and disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Plus, you can rely on Grainger for easy reordering, so you never run out of what you need. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know what's faster than your paycheck? Literally everything. It's time to get your pay up to speed. With Earnin, you can access your pay as you work instead of waiting days and weeks for a paycheck. Get up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit checks, and no mandatory fees. Because, hey, it's your money. Download the Earnin app now to get it and join millions of people making any day payday. That's EARNIN. Earnin is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Available in select states. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Skip the gym, not the workout. With Hydro, you get a full-body workout in just 20 minutes, hitting 86% of your muscles in one smooth, low-impact motion. And now there's the new Hydro Arc, Hydro's most advanced rower yet. Arc introduces Hydrometrics, tracking your power, endurance, and precision every time you row, so you can actually see your progress. Go to hydro.com and use code ROW to get $100 off any Hydro rower, including Arc. That's HYDROW.com, code ROW.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
okay,
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.